What is up, everybody? It is your boy Al. I am the owner of the Underdog Dynasty Kennel, the founder of UDK Sports Talk. And in today's video, before I get into it, I want to congratulate Matthew Stafford for winning the NFL MVP. It was well deserved, and if you follow me on all of my platforms, I made the case for Matthew Stafford, utilizing the tape to support the arguments that I was making on his behalf. And it was truly incredible to see him finally get the true recognition that he deserves. But as you can tell by the title of this video, man, we're going to be talking about the biggest disappointment of the weekend. And no, it is not Puka Nacua losing the Offensive Player of the Year to Jackson Smith-Njigba. In my opinion, if you're a die-hard Rams fan, you are extremely disappointed with Torry Holt not making the Hall of Fame. And because there's a lot of new people who don't really know Torry Holt or the significance of his game, I wanted to take some time out to finally give him the proper recognition, respect that he deserves. And this video is going to be talking a little bit about Torry Holt and explaining why he needs to for sure be in the Hall of Fame. With that being said, please don't forget to like, comment, and sub to the channel. Check off the bell notification icon to become part of the family. With that being said, you guys, let's get into the video. Torry Holt was drafted in the first round with the 6th pick out of North Carolina State to the St. Louis Rams. And for all of my numbers junkies, for all of you that love the statistics, let's show you his last 2 years of college. As you could tell, Torry Holt was an absolute dog. When we're talking about being a deep down the field threat, talk about being an elite route running assassin, going inside and outside, the double moves, great in the contested catch area, great at going over the middle, a guy who was also a home run hitter that could take a slant, make a guy miss, and take it to the crib. Torry Holt was truly like that in the modern day phrase. Torry Holt went to a team that at the time, if we're being nice, they were considered a down franchise. They hadn't had much success, and he's now going there to become a part of this new team, this new culture under Dick Vermeil, who at the time hires Mike Martz and brings in Trent Green. So obviously we all understand the magnitude of what this group did. They are the greatest show on turf. In my opinion, the greatest offense to ever play in NFL history. The numbers support that. They were truly special in St. Louis. Now, when we're looking at that roster, we're talking about the talent level that they had. When you factor in that the team was supposed to start with Trent Green, he obviously got hurt by the hip from Rodney Harrison, and Kurt Warner takes over. This whole team was amazing. We're talking about Isaac Bruce, Torry Holt, Ricky Proehl, Oz Hakim, Roland Williams, Orlando Pace, Tom Newton, Andy McCullum. I forget the right tackle's name, Tucker. Then you had Adam Timmerman, Marshall Faulk. Come on now, Robert Holcomb. Listen, man, the roster was absolutely incredible, both offense and defense. And the reason why that is important and why I am bringing that up is because Torry Holt and Marshall Faulk, those were the two key pieces that truly elevated that offense into the levels that they ended up taking it to. Every play, they had somebody who can take the top off the defense, but they also had on the same play receivers who can absolutely annihilate you over the middle and were great after the catch. And you factor in a running back who could run the ball out of these 4 wide receiver sets and can also be an elite route runner. He was technically like a 5th receiver because Marshall Faulk was truly like that. And if you get him on the mismatch on a linebacker, disrespectful. But then if you go ahead and play quarter, we're going to run the ball down your throat. They had it all. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because Torry Holt, in my opinion, was the perfect mesh piece with Isaac Bruce. As all of you know, Isaac Bruce was truly like that, a great route runner, a guy who could take the top off. He was an incredible wide receiver for the St. Louis Rams, and his career supports that. He is a Hall of Famer. Now, why am I bringing that up, right? Why is that important? It is because, in my opinion, I feel like the Hall of Fame voters are truly penalizing Torry Holt for being a part of such a great team, and I think that is completely unfair. We're having this same issue now with Reggie Wayne, who played next to Marvin Harrison, Marcus Pollard, Dallas Clark. I want to say it was Dallas Clark, and he had Edgerrin James on the beginning of his career, with Peyton Manning throwing him the ball. As all of you could tell, man, and this video is not about Reggie Wayne, but a lot of you noticed Reggie Wayne was also like that, and he was a great receiver in his own right. But yet, here we are, and no one is putting him into the Hall of Fame. Why is Torry Holt and Reggie Wayne getting this type of treatment? In my opinion, I believe it is because they played next to a Hall of Fame receiver. Now, no one is contesting that Isaac Bruce and Marvin Harrison weren't great. In this situation, the statistics prove Torry Holt, and like I said, this is for the numbers guys, because if we go to the tape, it is incredible the things that Torry Holt could do. Like I said before, he had it all. He could get you in multiple ways. He could get you with the out routes, the in-breaking routes. He could get you over the top on the double moves. He could get you off of every which way possible. The tape supports that. The numbers support that. This man is one of 2 receivers ever to have 6 consecutive 1,300-yard receiving seasons in a time in which he played with Randy Moss, Marvin Harrison, and Terrell Owens. Factor in Chad Johnson, Steve Smith, These great receivers at a time in football when it was a running-based offensive league. Torry Holt was putting up numbers like that then. Are we going to penalize him for playing next to Isaac Bruce? Isaac Bruce was insane in the beginning stages of his career. But obviously, as he got older, Torry Holt took over that wide receiver 1 spot. And they were the best duo that you can ask for. They played amazing off of one another. So obviously, when one is successful, the other one's going to be successful. And he produced like a wide receiver 1 in a time in which you were able to be more handsy, you were able to play more press and get away with a lot more defensive holding and pass interference type of plays. And this man was cutting up cornerbacks like that. I'm telling you, the tape shows it. Torry Holt was truly special. He is one of the few receivers to have put, I believe, 7 to 8 1,000-yard seasons in a row. And we're talking about he led the league in receiving twice. In a league in which he played next to those guys I mentioned. Let's go over the names again. Randy Moss, Marvin Harrison, Terrell Owens, 3 Hall of Famers. And this man led the league in receiving twice. No one is over here saying Marvin Harrison wasn't a Hall of Famer. No one is coming over here telling me Randy Moss wasn't a Hall of Famer. No one is coming over here telling me that Terrell Owens wasn't a Hall of Famer. And then listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, Terrell Owens should have gotten on the first ballot because Terrell Owens was like that when he played too. We all know why he didn't get in, is because people didn't like his off the field antics. That's just what it was. But when we're talking about the player, the skill set, the talent, the numbers, Torry Holt has it all. For him not to be in the Hall of Fame is an absolute travesty, and it makes the Hall of Fame voters look like they're a joke. Deion Sanders said something the other day, and I just ran into it on my social media platform, and it was about his comments towards the Hall of Fame voters being respectful, but saying why he feels they can't get it right, and why are we allowing these type of people to make decisions on athletes. But I'm saying it in a generous way. He came up a little bit more firm with it. But it's the truth, man. There should be no way that a guy like Torry Holt is not in the Hall of Fame when he played in the same era in which these Hall of Famers played, and he was one of the top dogs in that time. That was always the argument, man. For those of you that watch football in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, all of my diehard fanatics, y'all understand this. Marvin Harrison was like that. Randy Moss was like that. Terrell Owens was like that. They were truly amazing. But you know who was right outside of that? Torry Holt. Are we going to penalize him for playing in Mike Martz's system? Playing in a system that was more receiver friendly? The argument could be made for Randy Moss. Are we going to penalize him for playing next to Chris Carter? The year he went bonkers his rookie year with Randall Cunningham? Are we going to take away from Marvin Harrison for playing next to Reggie Wayne? Playing with Peyton Manning, Edgerrin James, Dallas Clark, Marcus Pollard? Are we going to take away from their case? No. We understand what greatness is, and they are great players. Torry Holt, we all know where he started. Terrell Owens started off his career playing next to Jerry Rice. And Terrell Owens obviously elevated himself to become an absolutely fantastic receiver. He was one of my favorite receivers to watch of all time. But I'm sitting here today telling you guys that it's absolutely a joke that Torry Holt is not in the Hall of Fame, because the numbers support it, the tape supports it, his significant and impact towards winning supports it. He played in 2 Super Bowls. He is a Super Bowl winner. He was great in the locker room. From what I recall, no issues off the field. What more can you ask for? Statistically, I believe he finished his career with well over 13,000 plus receiving yards. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that a guy like Luke Kuechly does not deserve to be a Hall of Famer. Luke Kuechly was absolutely a dog, one of the greatest inside linebackers, Mike linebackers to ever play the position. But for him to get in after retiring at 28 or 29 years old, having a less career, and you have a guy like Torry Holt who was there, one of the greatest receivers to ever play the game, not getting in my opinion, I believe it's bogus, man. And hopefully Torry Holt can get in next season. Like I said before, and I sound like a broken record, when you look at the tape, when you look at the numbers, he has absolutely everything to support him and back him up to make a case. All of the cases that people make for guys to get into the Hall of Fame, he has it all. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this, because I love Chad Johnson, I love Steve Smith Sr. None of them should be going in over Torry Holt. The NFL Hall of Fame voters, they need to do better. And in my opinion, what they're doing is they're making the Hall of Fame become a joke. They really are. There are statistically great players who impacted winning, who had the tape to support them, not in the Hall of Fame right now. And I don't know how you can let some of these players in over those guys who have now been, what has it been for Torry Holt now? What, 12 years, 11 years? If Torry Holt does not get into the Hall of Fame, it would be an absolute travesty. I'm making this video to let all of my newer fans know, especially if you're a younger generation, truly understand how nasty and how great of a receiver Torry Holt was. The way everybody talks about D-Hop, the way everybody talks about Andre Johnson, do I need to go more? AB. All of these guys, statistically, who are amazing in the modern era football, that was the impact that Torry Holt had in the late 90s, early 2000s, and mid 2000s. And it was clear, once Torry Holt took over that wide receiver 1 spot, he was like that. So the fact that they try to penalize him for playing in a great system next to great players is absolutely stupid. It's the same argument that people made as to why Matthew Stafford should have won the MVP this year, because he played next to Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams. Since when are we utilizing the supporting cast to make an argument as to why somebody should win an award or be in the Hall of Fame? It's absolutely stupid. But that's all I got for you guys. This is another video of UDK Sports Talk. I'm your boy Al. Don't forget to like, comment, and sub to the channel. Check off the bell notification icon to become part of the family. And with that being said, you guys, I hope my boy Torry Holt gets to the Hall of Fame, man. We'll catch you on the next one.